The alarm clock rings. It is 6 in the morning. You stand in the bathroom, looking into the mirror, and you have to ask a difficult question. Who is this person looking back at you? Another year is burning away. January 1st started with so much promise, but those resolutions, those big plans, they faded by February. You feel stuck. You are busy, of course. You are always busy, running from one task to the next. But are you making real progress? Are you moving forward? Or are you just running in place, getting older, watching the calendar pages flip by? When was the last time you felt genuinely excited, truly in control of the direction of your life? Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about that feeling, and more importantly, we are going to talk about the cure. Today we begin a journey. This is not a short-term fix. This is not a motivational speech that makes you feel good for 10 minutes and then fades. This is a blueprint for a complete 180-degree transformation of your life, and it will take exactly 6 months. The problem for most of us is not that we are lazy. It is not that we lack desire. The problem is our plan. We often overestimate what we can accomplish in a single day, and we tragically underestimate what we can achieve in a single year. A year is too long. It feels distant, abstract. It allows us to procrastinate. We tell ourselves that we will start next week or next month. 30 days, on the other hand, is too short. You cannot build deep, lasting, life-changing habits in just 30 days. You might see a small result, but you will not achieve a true transformation. But there is a golden window. There is a perfect period of time, 6 months, 180 days. 6 months is the sweet spot. It is long enough to create a massive, visible, undeniable change in your health, your finances, your skills, and your mindset. 6 months is long enough to learn a new skill, to lose a significant amount of weight, to save a serious amount of money, or to build the foundation of a new business. Yet, 6 months is short enough to feel real. It is short enough to create urgency. You can feel the end of a 6-month deadline approaching. You know that you must start now. You know that every single day matters. This audiobook is your plan. It is your guide for these next 180 days. We are going to walk step by step through a blueprint for success. This is not magic. It is not a promise of results without effort. It is a plan based on simple, fundamental disciplines. These are the small actions that are easy to do, but they are also critically very easy not to do. Over the next 6 months, we will show you how to master these simple disciplines. We will show you how to get absolute clarity on what you want. We will help you build a personal philosophy that guides every decision you make. We will show you how to change your environment and the people you associate with. And we will focus on the compounding power of small, daily habits, the power of getting just 1% better every single day. This is not just another recording to listen to while you check your email. This is an action plan. It requires your focus. Because this is serious, let me pause. Before the day rushes in, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. Only if you truly enjoy what I am doing here. And in the comments, write your location, your time zone, and the time right now this morning. Now open the curtains and let the light in. Pour a glass of water, maybe brew a coffee or tea. Set your phone to do not disturb and take one deep breath. Let's begin our journey this morning. Chapter 1. The 180-Day Foundation. Why 6 months is your golden window. Welcome to the first step. We made a decision this morning. We decided that the next 6 months of our lives will not be a repeat of the last 6 months. We are on day 1 of a journey. This leads us to the most important question we must answer before we take another step. Why 6 months? Why not a 1-year plan? Why not an exciting 30-day challenge? This is a critical question. The time frame we choose for our goals is just as important as the goals themselves. The wrong time frame can set us up for failure before we even begin. It can kill our motivation and guarantee that we end up right back where we started. Let us first talk about the 1-year plan. This is the classic New Year's resolution. On January 1st, we feel motivated. We buy a new notebook. We have 12 full months stretching out in front of us. It feels like an eternity. And that is the precise problem. When a goal is 1 year away, there is no urgency. There is no fire. We tell ourselves that we can start on Monday. We promise to get serious in February. If we have a bad week, it does not feel like a big deal. We think we have 11 more months to make up for it. This vast, abstract amount of time invites procrastination. It allows us to be inconsistent. We can cheat on our diet or skip our financial plan, and the goal is so far away that we do not feel any immediate consequences. A 1-year plan is a fantasy. It is too easy to push it off, just one more day until an entire year has passed us by. So what about the opposite? The 30-day challenge. These are everywhere. Get fit in 30 days. Make $10,000 in 30 days. Become a new person in 30 days. It sounds exciting. It is a quick fix. It promises a new life in just 1 month. Here is the truth. 30 days is not long enough for real, sustainable, life-altering change. You cannot fundamentally change your health in 30 days. You cannot build a solid, secure financial foundation in 30 days. You cannot master a complex new skill in 30 days. You can sprint. You can use pure, brute force willpower to get through 30 days. But what happens on day 31? You are exhausted. And because you have not built a real underlying system for success, you fall right back into your old habits. 30-day challenges focus on superficial results. They do not change the roots of the problem. They often lead to burnout and a deep sense of disappointment. When the magic transformation does not happen, we feel like a failure, and so we quit. This brings us to the solution. It brings us to our plan. The golden window. 6 months. 180 days. This is the perfect balance. First, 6 months is long enough to create massive, undeniable, visible change. In 180 days, you can completely change your body. You can lose a significant amount of weight. You can build real, visible muscle. You can train for and run a marathon. In 180 days, you can make a serious change to your finances. You can save thousands of dollars. You can pay off a large credit card. You can start a side business and be earning real income. In 180 days, you can build a powerful new habit so deeply that it becomes automatic. You can read 30 books. You can learn to speak a new language. You can become a skilled public speaker. 6 months is long enough for the results to be life-changing. Second, 6 months is short enough to create urgency. You cannot afford to waste a single month. You cannot even afford to waste a single week. You know that every day matters. You can feel the finish line. This creates positive pressure. It creates focus. It forces you to be serious from day one. A 180-day plan removes the "I will do it later" excuse of the one-year plan. It also removes the quick fix illusion of the 30-day challenge. It is the professional's time frame. It is the time frame for people who are serious about results. This is our time frame. Now, I want you to consider something very important. This is the truth we all must face. The next 6 months are going to pass. That time is going to vanish, whether you do something with it or not. The calendar pages will flip. The seasons will change. Those 180 days will be gone forever. You can arrive at that day, 6 months from now, look in the mirror, and see the exact same person. You can see the same problems, the same frustrations, and the same regrets. Or you can arrive at that day and be a completely different person, a stronger person, a healthier person, a wealthier person, a wiser person. This is the cost of inaction. It is the hard realization that standing still is actually moving backward, because time is always moving forward. The clock is ticking right now as you listen to this. This is not meant to scare you. This is meant to energize you. You have a choice. The person you will be in 6 months is being designed by the actions you take today. For this journey, I want you to adopt a new mindset. I want you to think of these next 180 days as a season of sowing. Think like a farmer. A farmer does not plant a seed and then come back the next morning, dig it up, and yell at it for not being a tree. A farmer does not get angry at the ground after 1 week because the harvest is not ready. The farmer understands the process. The farmer knows that there is a season for planting. There is a season for focused, daily, unglamorous work. This work is not always exciting. It is tilling the soil. It is planting the seeds. It is watering them every single day, even when you do not see any growth above the ground. The farmer knows that the most important work is happening beneath the surface. These next 6 months are your season of sowing. We are not going to be obsessed with the harvest. The harvest will come. That is a law. It is a guarantee. Our only job, our only focus is to plant the seeds. Every single day. We will do the work. We will water the seeds. We will trust the process. This mindset is the key to sustainable, long-term change. So that is our foundation. The one-year plan is a fantasy. The 30-day challenge is a gimmick. The 6-month transformation is our reality. It is our golden window of opportunity. The time is perfect. It is long enough for real change, and it is short enough to demand real focus. But where do we begin? We have our time frame. Now we need a destination. If you get in your car for a 180-day road trip, you need a map. You need to know exactly where you are going. Without a destination, you are just burning gas. You are just busy, but you are not making progress. The next chapter is perhaps the most important step of all. We are going to design our blueprint. We are going to get crystal clear on exactly what we want to achieve. We are going to stop using vague words like happier or richer and start building a precise, detailed picture of our new life. Chapter 2. The Power of Clarity. Designing your 180-day blueprint. In our last chapter, we set our time frame. We have our golden window, 180 days. We have committed to a season of focused, consistent action. We understand that this is the perfect amount of time to create real, lasting change. So we have our when. Now we need the what. This chapter is the most critical part of our entire journey. If you get this step wrong, nothing else will work. You can have all the motivation in the world. You can have the perfect time frame. But if you do not have a crystal clear destination, you will go nowhere. The number one reason that people fail to change their lives is not a lack of effort. It is a lack of clarity. Most people are moving through life in a fog. If you ask them what they want, they will give you vague, fuzzy answers. They will say things like, "I just want to be happier," or "I want to be in better shape," or "I wish I had more money." These are not goals. These are wishes. What does happier actually mean? What does better shape actually look like? How much is more money? These words are empty. They have no power. They are impossible to measure, which means they are impossible to achieve. A goal that you cannot measure is just a dream. Vague goals produce vague results. It is a law. If your destination is somewhere better than here, your mind has no map. It has no target to aim for. How can you create a plan to get to a place called happier? You cannot. So, you will try something for a few days. You will go to the gym. You will try to save a little money. But because the goal is not clear, you have no way to know if you are making progress. You have no way to know if your actions are working. And so, when life gets busy or difficult, you will stop. The fog will roll back in. We are not going to do that. Today, we are going to clear the fog permanently. We are going to replace our wishes with precise, measurable, and powerful targets. We are going to create our 180-day blueprint. This is not just a to-do list. This is a detailed, written description of your new life, 6 months from today. You must write this down. You cannot just think about it. You must take out a piece of paper or open a new document and write the words. Writing it down makes it real. It takes it from a fuzzy idea in your head and turns it into a concrete target in the physical world. This document will become your psychological contract with yourself. It will become your compass. When you know exactly what you are building, every decision becomes simple. You will no longer be guessing. You will simply look at a choice and ask, does this move me closer to my blueprint or further away? So let us build it. I want you to divide your blueprint into 4 key areas of your life. Number 1, your physical health and body. Number 2, your financial life and work. Number 3, your skills and knowledge. Number 4, your mindset and relationships. For each of these areas, you are going to write a precise, measurable goal for what you will achieve by day 180. Let us start with physical health. Do not write, "I want to be in better shape." That is a wish. A clear goal sounds like this: I will be 20 pounds lighter than I am today. Or, I will have 10% body fat. Or, I will be strong enough to bench press 200 pounds. Or, I will run a full 5-kilometer race without stopping. Do you see the difference? These are real. They are measurable. On day 180, you either weigh 20 pounds less, or you do not. You either ran the race, or you did not. There is no confusion. It is clear. Now let us move to financial life and work. Do not write, "I want to be rich," or "I want a better job." These are wishes. A clear goal sounds like this: I will have $5,000 saved in my emergency fund. Or, I will be completely debt-free from all my credit cards. Or, I will increase my income by 40%. Or, I will have my new side business launched and have made my first 10 sales. These are targets. You can track your progress every single week. You know exactly what you are aiming for. Next, let us define skills and knowledge. Do not write, "I want to learn more." That is a wish. A clear goal sounds like this. I will have read 12 books on business and marketing. Or, I will have completed my certification in public speaking. Or, I will practice my guitar for 30 minutes every day and be able to play 5 full songs perfectly. Or, I will be conversational in Spanish, able to hold a 5-minute discussion. These are specific skills. This is real, tangible knowledge that will make you more valuable and more capable. Finally, let us look at mindset and relationships. This one can feel a little less concrete, but we can still make it measurable. Do not write, "I want to be happier." That is a wish. A clear goal sounds like this. I will meditate for 10 minutes every single morning without missing a day. Or, I will turn off all work notifications by 6 p.m. every night to be fully present with my family. Or, I will call my parents every Sunday without fail. Or, I will keep a daily journal and write down one thing I am grateful for every evening. These are actions. They are behaviors that you can measure. They are the cause of happiness, not the vague result. Take your time with this. This is your foundation for everything. Be bold. Set goals that make you a little bit nervous. If your goals do not stretch you, they will not change you. This 180-day blueprint is now your compass. This is your filter for every decision you will make for the next 6 months. When someone invites you to a late-night party, you look at your blueprint. Does this move you closer to your goal of waking up early to work on your business? No. The decision is made for you. When you are tired and want to order expensive takeout, you look at your blueprint. Does this move you closer to your goal of saving $5,000 and losing 20 pounds? No. The decision is simple. You will cook at home. Your blueprint removes the emotion and the guesswork. It makes you proactive instead of reactive. You are no longer just floating through your days. You are on a mission. Clarity is power. It is the starting point of all great achievement. It cuts through the fog of daily life and gives you a bright, clear light to walk toward. So your action step for this chapter is simple, but it is not easy. Do not move on to the next chapter until you have this done. Sit down. Give yourself 30 minutes of quiet time. And write your 180-day blueprint. Be specific. Be measurable. Be bold. When you are finished, put this document somewhere you will see it every single day. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Tape it to your computer. Make it the wallpaper on your phone. This is your new reality. This is the person you are becoming. Now that we have our when, 180 days, and our what, our blueprint, we need to talk about the how. We have this big, exciting, clear destination. But how do we handle the inevitable storms? What happens when life gets hard, when things do not go our way? We need a system to manage our response. We need a strong personal philosophy. And that is exactly what we are going to build in Chapter 3. Chapter 3. Your personal philosophy. Resetting the sail. In the last chapter, we did something powerful. We built our 180-day blueprint. We cleared the fog. We now have a when, our 6-month golden window. And we have a what, our crystal clear, measurable destination. Now, we must talk about the how. More specifically, how do we keep moving forward when life gets in the way? Because in the next 180 days, life will get in the way. That is a guarantee. You will face challenges. You will have days where you feel tired, unmotivated, or frustrated. Your car will get a flat tire. A project at work will fail. You might get sick. Someone will be unfair to you. These things are not possibilities. They are certainties. These events are the winds of life. I want you to imagine yourself as the captain of a sailboat. Your blueprint from Chapter 2 is your destination, a beautiful island 180 days away. Now, as a captain, you cannot control the wind. Nobody can. The wind will blow every single day. Some days it will be a gentle breeze pushing you forward. Other days it will be a violent storm blowing against you, trying to push you off course. Many people in life are on a raft, not a sailboat. They have no sail. They just drift. When the wind of life blows, they are pushed aimlessly. When a storm comes, they panic and are blown back to where they started. But you are a captain. You have a tool. You have a sail. A great captain understands that they cannot change the direction of the wind, but they know they can always change the set of the sail. By making a small adjustment to the sail, a captain can use the exact same wind that pushes others backward to instead move their own ship forward. They can harness the storm. They can zigzag against the wind and still make progress toward their island. This sail, this tool, is your personal philosophy. Your personal philosophy is your set of beliefs, your attitudes, and your rules for life. It is the operating system for your mind. It is what determines your response to every single thing that happens to you. When the wind of adversity blows, your personal philosophy is what decides your next move. Let us make this real. A flat tire on the way to an important meeting. This is a negative wind. One person, the one on the raft, lets this wind destroy them. Their philosophy is, why does this always happen to me? This is a disaster. My whole day is ruined. They are defeated by the wind. Another person, the captain, uses their philosophy. They adjust their sail. They say, this is a challenge. It is not what I wanted, but I will handle it. This is an opportunity to practice patience and problem solving. I will not let this event control my emotions or ruin my entire day. They handle the problem, and they get right back on course. That is the difference. This philosophy is most important, not in the big storms, but in the tiny, daily decisions you make. This brings us to one of the most important ideas in this entire book. It is the simple, hidden formula for failure. Failure is not a single, giant event. You do not wake up one day and you are suddenly unhealthy or broke or unhappy. Failure is a slow creep. Failure is the inevitable result of a few small errors in judgment, repeated every single day. It is the choice to hit the snooze button just this once. It is the choice to eat the fast food instead of the healthy meal, just this once. It is the choice to watch television instead of reading 10 pages of a good book, just this once. Each of these choices, by itself, is tiny. It seems harmless. Your life does not fall apart because you skipped the gym one time. But when you repeat that small, poor choice today and again tomorrow and again next week, it compounds. Those small errors add up. That is the formula for failure. It is a slow, invisible poison. Now let us look at the other side. This brings us to the paradox of simple disciplines. The things that create success in life are simple. They are easy to do. Reading 10 pages of a book that can change your life is easy. Eating one healthy apple is easy. Saving 10% of your paycheck is easy. Going for a 20-minute walk is easy. These are the simple, positive disciplines. But here is the paradox. Because they are easy to do, they are also easy not to do. No one is going to force you. The ground will not shake if you fail to read your 10 pages tonight. Your boss will not call you, your friends will not notice. Your personal philosophy is what happens in that quiet moment of decision. It is the internal voice that chooses between easy to do and easy not to do. This is the formula for success. Success is not a giant leap. It is not a lottery ticket. Success is the inevitable result of a few simple, positive disciplines practiced every single day. It is the choice to get out of bed when the alarm rings. It is the choice to drink the glass of water. It is the choice to read the 10 pages. It is the choice to make the one difficult phone call for your business. Each action, by itself, is small. It seems insignificant. But when you repeat these simple, positive choices today, and again tomorrow, and again for 180 days, the results compound. The results are not small. The results are massive. They are life-changing. So your personal philosophy is the engine that will drive you toward your blueprint. You must decide, right now, what that philosophy will be. I will give you one to start with. For the next 180 days, your philosophy will be discipline over default. Default is what is easy. Default is hitting the snooze button. Default is watching television. Default is what you do when you are not thinking. Discipline is your conscious choice. It is the easy-to-do side of the paradox. It is the small, positive action that moves you toward your blueprint. You are the captain of your ship. You have your destination, your blueprint. And now you have your sail, your philosophy. You cannot control the winds of life. But from this moment forward, you will always control your sail. Now that we have our mindset, our philosophy in place, we need to look at our environment. Who are you spending your time with? Because the people around you can be the strongest wind of all, either pushing you forward or driving you into the rocks. We will tackle that in Chapter 4. Chapter 4. The Circle of Influence. Auditing your associations. We have come a long way in a very short time. We have established our when, the 180-day golden window. We have built our what, the crystal-clear, measurable blueprint for our new life. And we have defined our how, the personal philosophy of discipline over default, our internal sail for navigating the winds of life. Now, we must talk about the who. We must talk about the single most powerful force that will either guarantee your success or guarantee your failure over these next 6 months. This force is your circle of influence. The people you spend your time with. There is a fundamental law of human nature. You may have heard it before. It states that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I want you to pause and think about that. This is not a motivational saying. It is a mathematical reality. We are social creatures. We subconsciously absorb the habits, the attitudes, the beliefs, the standards, and even the income levels of the people closest to us. If you spend all your time with 5 people who are fit and healthy, you will naturally start to eat better and exercise more. You will become the 6th. If you spend all your time with 5 people who are negative, who complain constantly, and who have given up on their dreams, you will slowly feel your own energy and ambition draining away. You will become the 6th. If you spend your time with 5 millionaires, you will start to think differently about money, opportunity, and risk. Your standards will rise. The people in your life are the strongest wind that will ever blow against your sailboat. Think about your blueprint, your island. The right people are a powerful, consistent tailwind, pushing you forward, making the journey faster and easier. The wrong people are a constant, brutal headwind. They are an anchor dropped from the back of your ship. You can try to sail forward with all your might. You can practice your philosophy, but you will be fighting their drag every single inch of the way. You will be exhausted, and you will likely give up. For the next 180 days, your mission is too important to fight a headwind and an anchor. Your environment must support your transformation, not fight against it. This means we have to do something that might be difficult, but it is necessary. We must conduct an association audit. This is not a theoretical exercise. I want you to take out a piece of paper right now, the same place you wrote your blueprint. I want you to write down the names of the 5, maybe 10, people you spend the most time with. This includes family, it includes your closest friends, it includes the coworkers you interact with every single day. Be honest. Who are you really spending your time with? Now, next to each name, I want you to write one of 2 words. Does this person inspire you, or do they drain you? That is it. Do they inspire you, or do they drain you? Inspirers are the people who lift you up. They talk about ideas, not just other people. They support your goals. They challenge you to be better. They are positive. They are living the kind of life you want to live. When you leave a conversation with them, you feel energized and motivated. Drainers are the opposite. They are the energy vampires. They complain constantly. They are negative. They are cynical. They might even make fun of your new ambitions. They pull you into bad habits, like gossiping or drinking too much or wasting time. When you leave a conversation with them, you feel tired and a little bit worse about life. Now look at your list. This list is the secret report card of your future. To be successful, the math is simple. You must spend more time with the inspirers and less time or 0 time with the drainers. Let us make this even more practical. We are going to divide your list into 3 columns. Column 1, the inspirers. These are the people you must associate with. This is your positive tailwind. Your mission for the next 180 days is to proactively increase the amount of time you spend with these people. Be intentional. Do not wait for them to call you. You call them. Invite them for a coffee. Ask them for advice. Offer to help them with one of their projects. Find a way to add value to their lives. You must seek proximity to these people. Column 2, the drainers. These are the people you must disassociate from. This is your headwind. This is your anchor. This is the hard part. Some of these people might be friends you have had for a long time. They might even be family members. You have a choice. You can let them sink your ship, or you can cut the anchor. Disassociating does not mean you have to be rude. It does not mean you have to have a big, dramatic confrontation. It simply means you create graceful, intentional distance. It means you stop answering their text messages immediately. It means you are suddenly busy when they invite you to a complaining session. It means you politely decline to participate in gossip. You must love them from a distance, but you cannot allow their negativity to infect your journey. Your transformation is on the line. Column 3. The neutrals. These are the people who are not bad, but they are not good for your growth either. They are just comfortable. They represent the status quo. They are your old, comfortable life. You must limit your time with this group. This is often the hardest group because you like these people. But for the next 180 days, comfort is your enemy. You must be willing to trade some of that comfortable, neutral time for focused time with your inspirers, or for time spent working on your blueprint. This audit is not just about people. Your associations include everything you allow into your mind. You must audit your content associations. What are you watching on television? What does your social media feed look like? Is it filled with outrage, gossip, and fear? If it is, you are associating with drainers. You must disassociate, unfollow, unsubscribe, mute. For the next 180 days, your mind is a high-performance environment. You are on a strict mental diet. You must also audit your information associations. What are you reading? What are you listening to in your car? If you are listening to angry talk radio or meaningless chatter, you are wasting the most valuable time you have. Your car must become a university on wheels. Your commute is your new classroom. You should be listening to audiobooks and podcasts that are inspirers. Books that teach you the skills you need for your blueprint. You do not even have to know your inspirers personally. You can associate with the greatest minds in history. Read their biographies. Study their philosophies. Make them part of your 5-person average. You are the architect of your environment. You must design it. You must build a world that pulls you toward your goals. When your environment is aligned with your blueprint, success becomes the path of least resistance. When your environment is wrong, success becomes almost impossible. So, your action step is to do the audit. Today, 1. Make your 3 lists: inspirers, drainers, and neutrals. 2. Write down 1 action for each group. How will you associate more? How will you disassociate? How will you limit? 3. Clean up your mental diet. Unfollow 1 drainer on social media and subscribe to 1 inspirer podcast or channel. This is a non-negotiable step. You now have your time frame, your blueprint, your philosophy, and your environment. We have cleared the deck. We have set the sail. We have chosen our crew. Now it is time to do the work. It is time to talk about the simple daily actions that build your new life. It is time to talk about the magic of incremental progress. Chapter 5. The Dual Disciplines. Documentation and self-education. We have done the essential preparation. Our journey is set. We have our 180-day time frame. We have our crystal-clear blueprint. We have our personal philosophy to adjust our sail. And we have audited our environment, our circle of influence. We have built the ship, and we have plotted the course. Now it is time to build the engine. Not just any engine, but a high-performance dual-engine system that will power us forward and make sure we stay on course. These two engines are the dual disciplines, the discipline of documentation and the discipline of self-education. One of these engines helps you learn from your past. The other helps you build your future. Together, they are the key to working smarter, not just harder. Let us start with the first engine, the discipline of documentation. For the next 180 days, you must become a serious student of your own life. You cannot change what you do not measure. You cannot improve what you are not aware of. This means you will start a journal. We can also call it your 180-day logbook. This is not a diary to write your secret feelings or to complain about your day. This is a practical, professional tool for success. This is the logbook of a captain. It is where you track your voyage. You will spend just 5 or 10 minutes with your logbook every single evening. No exceptions. This is a non-negotiable discipline. In this logbook, you will do 3 simple things. First, you will track your progress. You will write down your small wins for the day. Did you read your 10 pages? Write it down. Did you skip the sugary snack? Write it down. Did you make the difficult phone call? Write it down. This is not about ego. This is about building momentum. On a hard day, you can look back and see a chain of 50 wins in a row. This will prove to you that you are making progress, even when the big results have not shown up yet. Second, you will capture your ideas. Your mind is for having ideas, not for holding them. As you start this journey, as you read and learn, you will be flooded with new ideas. Ideas for your business, ideas for your health, insights about your life. If you do not write them down, they will vanish. Your logbook is the treasure chest where you keep these valuable ideas. You will capture them so you can review them and act on them later. Third, and this is the most important, you will analyze your failures. You will have bad days. You will skip a workout. You will lose your temper. You will eat the junk food. These days are guaranteed. Most people just try to forget these days. They feel guilty and they pretend it did not happen. This is a massive mistake. You will do the opposite. You will open your logbook and you will put that failure under a microscope. You will document it. You will ask, what went wrong? Why did it go wrong? What time of day was it? What was the trigger? What can I do differently tomorrow to make sure this does not happen again? When you do this, you turn failure into fuel. You turn a setback into a lesson. A failure that is documented and analyzed is not a failure at all. It is an education. That is your first engine. Documentation. It is your feedback loop. It is how you learn from your own life. Now, let us build the second engine, the discipline of self-education. Here's a simple truth. Your current level of knowledge, your current skills, and your current thinking have created your current life. To create the new life you designed in your blueprint, you must acquire new knowledge, new skills, and new ways of thinking. Your formal education, your high school or college diploma, was designed to help you make a living. That is important. But your personal education, the education you choose for yourself, that is what will build your fortune. That is what will build the exceptional life you want. So for the next 180 days, you must become an intense, dedicated learner. This is your personal boot camp. This is your private semester. This requires a profound shift in your mindset. You must stop seeing learning as a cost and start seeing it as the single greatest investment you can possibly make. A $50 book is not a $50 cost. That is the wrong way to think. That book is a $50 investment. One single idea from that one book, one new strategy, one new perspective, could earn you $10,000. It could save you 5 years of painful mistakes. It could fix a broken relationship. A $300 online course on a new skill is not an expense. It is an investment in a skill that can pay you back for the rest of your life. Your action step here is to look at your blueprint. What skills do you need to achieve those goals? If your goal is financial, do you need to learn about budgeting, investing, or marketing? If your goal is physical, do you need to learn about nutrition or human anatomy or the science of habit? If your goal is to build a business, do you need to learn public speaking or sales or leadership? Find the books. Find the audio programs. Find the courses. Then, you must dedicate a budget to your education. A budget of time and a budget of money. Maybe it is 30 minutes every morning dedicated to reading. Maybe it is $100 every month dedicated to buying books or courses. This is not spending. This is investing in your number one asset, you. Turn your wasted time into education time. Your commute in the car is no longer for listening to angry radio shows. Your car is now your university on wheels. You will be listening to audiobooks and podcasts that teach you the skills you need. This is how you get ahead. So these are our dual engines: documentation and self-education. Think about how they work together. Documentation is you looking inward. You are learning from your past. You are learning from your own wins and losses. Self-education is you looking outward. You are learning from the world. You are learning from the wins and losses of others. When you combine these two, you create an unstoppable feedback loop. You learn something new from a book, education. You apply it in your life, action. You write down what happened in your logbook, documentation. You review what happened, and you adjust your plan, analysis. This is the cycle of intelligent progress. This is the difference between being busy and being effective. This is how you make sure that every single day, you are not just working hard, you are working smart. You are not just repeating the same day over and over, you are evolving. And as you do this, day after day, a new kind of magic begins to happen. It is the magic of small daily actions. It is the magic of incrementalism. And that is what we will talk about in Chapter 6. Chapter 6. The 1%. Miracle. The compounding power of incrementalism. We have our when, the 180-day window. We have our what, the crystal-clear blueprint. We have our how, the philosophy of resetting our sail. We have our who, our circle of influence. And from our last chapter, we have our dual engines, documentation and self-education. We have the entire system. Now we must talk about the fuel. We must talk about the daily action that makes this entire system run. Our culture is obsessed with the overnight success. We love the story of the person who bought a lottery ticket and got rich. We love the actor who was discovered in a coffee shop. We love the idea of the quantum leap, the big break, the one moment that changes everything. Here is the truth. The quantum leap is a myth. It is a fantasy. It is an excuse that keeps us waiting for magic instead of doing the work. Real, lasting, powerful transformation does not happen in one giant jump. It is not one single heroic action. Real transformation is slow, it is boring, it is invisible at first. Real transformation is the result of thousands of tiny, seemingly insignificant, correct choices, repeated over and over, day after day, with relentless consistency. This is the magic of incrementalism. We will call it the 1% miracle. Here is the concept. Your only goal is to get just 1% better every single day in the key areas of your blueprint. That is it. You do not need to change your entire life today. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be 1% better than you were yesterday. This sounds too simple, does it not? It sounds too small. What good is 1%? Let us look at the math. The math is where the magic lives. If you get 1% better each day, what happens after 6 months? What happens after 180 days? You are 180% better than when you started. You are almost 3 times the person you were. This is the power of compounding interest applied to your life. Small, daily deposits into your health, your knowledge, and your finances that grow exponentially over time. Now let us connect this to your blueprint. What does 1% actually look like in practice? Let us say your health goal is to lose 30 pounds. Your 1% action is not to starve yourself for 12 hours. Your 1% action is to drink 1 extra glass of water today. It is to go for a 20-minute walk. It is to eat 1 apple instead of 1 bag of chips. That is it. That is your 1%. It is simple. It is easy to do. Let us say your financial goal is to save $5,000. Your 1% action is not to try to make $5,000 today. Your 1% action is to brew your coffee at home instead of buying it. It is to take $10 in cash and put it in an envelope. It is to spend 30 minutes learning about budgeting. That is your 1%. Let us say your skill goal is to read 12 books. Your 1% action is not to read an entire book today. Your 1% action is to read 10 pages. Just 10. That is your 1%. These are the easy to do, easy not to do actions we talked about in Chapter 3. Your job is to choose the easy to do. Now this brings us to the most important, most dangerous part of our entire journey. This is the moment where almost everyone quits. We must prepare for it right now. It is called the plateau of disillusionment. This will happen to you. It will happen sometime in the first 30 days, or maybe the first 60 days. This is the period when you are doing all the work, but you are seeing no results. You are doing your 1%. You are walking every day. You are eating the apple. And you step on the scale after 2 weeks, and the number has not moved at all. You are doing your 1%. You are putting $10 in the envelope. And you look at your $5,000 goal, and your envelope looks pathetic. It feels pointless. You are doing your 1%. You are reading your 10 pages every night, and you still feel like you do not know anything. This is the moment of truth. This is the great test. Your brain will tell you, this is not working. I am wasting my time. I am putting in all this effort for nothing. This is when the farmer digs up the seed to see if it is growing. You must understand, in this plateau, in these first 60 days, the most important growth is happening beneath the surface. When you are walking every day, You are not just burning calories. You are building the root of a new habit. You are teaching your body a new identity. When you are saving that $10, you are not just building your savings. You are building the muscle of financial discipline. You must trust the process. You have to ignore the immediate results. The results will come. The harvest is guaranteed. But it will not come on day 30. You must fall in love with the process, not the product. You must focus on the action, not the outcome. Your only job is to win the day. Do not worry about day 180. That is too far away. Do not worry about the $5,000. Do not worry about the 30 pounds. Your only job is to win today. Can you drink 1 extra glass of water today? Yes. Can you read 10 pages tonight? Yes. Can you save $10 today? Yes. Then you have won the day. Your new life is not built in 6 months. Your new life is built in a single day. It is built in this day. And then you do it again tomorrow, and again the day after that. Success is just winning the day, 180 times in a row. This is the 1% miracle. It is the compounding power of incrementalism. It is not magic. It is mathematics. So let us go back to our blueprint. We have our big, scary goals, but we are not going to focus on them. We are going to break them down. We are going to find our 1% habits. That is our new focus. We have the time frame. We have the philosophy. We have the engines. And now, we have the fuel. In our next chapter, we are going to talk about how to make those big goals even more powerful and how to raise the standards we have for ourselves. Chapter 7. Resetting the Standard. The Power of Scary Goals. In our last chapter, we discovered the 1% miracle. We learned that massive, life-changing transformation is not about giant leaps. It is about small, consistent, daily actions. It is about winning the day, 180 times in a row. This 1% rule is the engine of our progress. It is the how. But what about the what? What about the destination? The 1% rule will move your ship forward, but it needs a bright, exciting, powerful light to sail toward. A small, boring, realistic goal will not get you out of bed on a cold morning. A comfortable goal will not inspire you to push through the plateau of disillusionment. If your goals do not make you a little bit nervous, they are not big enough. This brings us to the first part of our chapter. Setting slightly scary goals. I want you to go back to your 180-day blueprint from Chapter 2. Look at the goals you wrote down. Are they reasonable? Are they comfortable? Are you 100% certain you can achieve them? If the answer is yes, then I am asking you to aim higher. A goal that is comfortable does not demand growth. It does not require a new version of yourself. You can achieve a comfortable goal by staying the same person you are today, just trying a little harder. That is not what this journey is about. This is about transformation. A truly transformative goal must pull you out of your comfort zone. It should make your heart beat a little faster. It should feel exciting and, yes, a little bit scary. That feeling, that nervousness, is not a sign to back down. It is the sign that you are aiming for something worthwhile. It is the feeling of growth. If your goal is to save $1,000, I want you to ask yourself, what would it feel like to aim for $5,000? If your goal is to lose 10 pounds, What would it feel like to aim for 30 pounds and get into the best physical shape of your life? A big, scary goal demands a different level of commitment. It demands new ideas. It forces you to learn. It forces you to become the person who is capable of achieving it. But this creates a new problem. A scary goal can also be an overwhelming goal. When you are on day one and you are looking at a goal like save $10,000 or lose 50 pounds, it can feel impossible. That giant number can create so much pressure that it paralyzes you. You become so overwhelmed that you quit before you even start. So how do we aim for a scary, inspiring goal without getting crushed by the weight of it? This brings us to the second part of our chapter, the chunking method. This is how you make the impossible possible. You take your big, scary 180-day goal and you refuse to look at it. Instead, you break it down. You chunk it. Let us say your scary goal is to write a 180-page book in the next 6 months. That is overwhelming. But what if you chunk it down? 6-month goal, 180 pages. Monthly milestone, 30 pages. That feels more possible. Weekly target, 7 or 8 pages. That is very manageable. Daily action, 1 page. Can you write 1 page per day? Yes, of course you can. By focusing only on the 1 page per day action, you will, without fail, have a 180-page book in 6 months. Let us try it with a financial goal. Your goal is to save $6,000 in 180 days. That number feels huge. Let us chunk it down. Monthly milestone, save $1,000. Weekly target, save $250. Daily action, save about $35. Now you have a clear daily mission. Your entire focus is no longer, how do I find $6,000? Your new focus is, how can I find or save or earn an extra $35 today? That is a solvable problem. The big, scary goal gives you the direction. The 1% rule from Chapter 6 is your action. The chunking method is the bridge that connects them. This brings us to the most important mindset shift in this entire book. This is the difference between people who struggle and people who succeed. It is time for part 3, raising your standards. Here is the secret. You do not get your goals in life. You get your standards. Your standards are what you are willing to tolerate. Your current weight is not your goal. It is your standard. It is the level you have been willing to tolerate. Your current income is not your goal. It is your standard. It is the amount you have been willing to accept. The way people treat you, the clutter in your home, the level of your fitness, all of it is a perfect reflection of your current standards. A goal is something you hope to reach in the future. A standard is the line you refuse to cross right now. A standard is a non-negotiable rule for who you are. This 180-day journey is not just about achieving a goal. It is about raising your standards. It is about drawing a new line in the sand and deciding, this is who I am now. We are going to make this practical by creating your non-negotiable list. This is a short list of who you have decided to be. You are no longer trying to be this person. You are this person. Here are some examples. I'm a person who moves my body for 30 minutes every day. This is non-negotiable. I'm a person who reads 10 pages of a good book every day. This is non-negotiable. I am a person who does not eat fast food. This is non-negotiable. I'm a person who saves 10% of every dollar I earn. This is non-negotiable. I'm a person who wakes up at 6 a.m. on weekdays. This is non-negotiable. Do you feel the power in that? You are not trying to wake up early. You are a person who wakes up early. It is part of your identity. It is your new standard. This removes the daily battle of willpower. You no longer have to decide if you are going to the gym today. The decision is already made. It is non-negotiable. It is who you are. So let us put it all together. 1. You have a big, scary goal that excites you and pulls you forward. 2. You have chunked that goal down into a simple, non-overwhelming 1% daily action. 3. You have created a new, higher standard for yourself, which defines your new identity. This combination is unstoppable. But how do we make these new standards stick? How do we make them automatic, so we do not even have to think about them? We do that by building a system. We build daily rituals, and that is exactly what we are going to do in Chapter 8. Chapter 8. The Architecture of Habit. Designing your daily rituals. In the last chapter, we did the defining work of our journey. We took our big, scary goals and we chunked them down into daily actions. We moved beyond goals and we set new, higher standards. We created our non-negotiable list, which is our new identity. This is a powerful moment, but it also leads to a critical question. How do you live these new standards every day? How do you make them stick? How do you ensure you follow through, even on the days you do not feel like it? Most people will give you a one-word answer: willpower. They will tell you to just try harder or be more disciplined. This is bad advice. Willpower is not a strategy. It is an emotion. It is a feeling, just like motivation. It is wonderful when it shows up, but it is completely unreliable. It comes and goes. It is strong in the morning and weak at night. Relying on willpower to change your life is like relying on a sunny day to power your home. It just will not work long term. We are not going to rely on willpower. We are going to do something much smarter. We are going to build a system. We are going to become architects. We are going to design the architecture of our day. We are going to build a structure that makes our new, non-negotiable standards almost automatic. This system is built with daily rituals. Your life is not defined by the 1 or 2 big things you do in a moment of rare inspiration. Your life is the sum of the small things you do every single day. It is defined by your rituals. Right now, you already have rituals. You just might not call them that. Maybe you have a ritual of hitting the snooze button 3 times. Maybe you have a ritual of scrolling through social media as soon as you open your eyes. Maybe you have a ritual of collapsing on the couch and watching television for 3 hours after work. These are the rituals that have built your current life. To build your new life, the one in your blueprint, you must consciously design new rituals. We are going to design 2, the 2 most important rituals of all. The ritual that starts your day and the ritual that ends it. Let us start with the most important one, the morning ritual. How you begin your morning sets the tone for your entire day. If you start your day in a reactive, chaotic rush, your entire day will be reactive and chaotic. If you start your day with purpose, focus, and a small win, you will carry that purpose and focus through your entire day. Our goal is to win the day before anyone else is even awake. To do this, we are going to use the hour of power concept. We are going to give ourselves the gift of 1 extra hour each morning. This means you will wake up 1 hour earlier than you do right now. I know what some of you are thinking, but I am not a morning person. Not being a morning person is not a medical condition. It is a story you have been telling yourself. It is a habit. It is an old standard that you have been tolerating. For these next 180 days, we are going to write a new story. Let us look at the math. 1 extra hour every single day for 180 days. That is 180 extra hours. A standard full-time work week in the United States is 40 hours. 180 hours is the equivalent of 4.5 full-time work weeks. Imagine that. You are being given 4.5 extra high-focus weeks of time that your competition does not have. What could you do with that time? You could build a side business. You could write that book. You could get into the best shape of your life. You could learn that new language from your blueprint. This 1 hour is sacred. This is your hour. It is not for your boss. It is not for your email. It is not for your social media feed. This is the hour you invest in your number one asset, you. So what does this hour of power look like? You will design your own, but here's a simple, powerful template. 1. Hydrate. Before coffee, before anything else, drink a large glass of water. Your body is dehydrated after sleeping. This simple act starts your engine. 2. Move for 10 or 15 minutes. You do not have to do a brutal workout. Just move your body, stretch, do jumping jacks, go for a quick walk. This gets your blood flowing and wakes up your mind. 3. Reflect for 10 or 15 minutes. Do not check your phone. Sit in silence. Meditate or open your logbook from chapter 5. Review your blueprint. Write down the one most important thing you need to accomplish today. 4. Learn for the last 30 minutes. This is your self-education time from chapter 5. Read your 10 pages. Or work on your new skill. That is it. By the time the rest of the world is hitting the snooze button, you will have already hydrated your body, moved your body, focused your mind, and improved your skills. You will have already won. Now, let us talk about the second ritual, the evening ritual. A successful morning ritual does not start when the alarm rings. It starts the night before. The purpose of your evening ritual is to properly close down the current day and to prepare for a successful next day. This ritual should be short, maybe 30 minutes before you plan to sleep. 1. Prepare. Get everything ready for your morning ritual. Lay out your workout clothes. Put your book and your logbook on your nightstand. Pack your healthy lunch for the next day. Prepare your coffee maker so you just have to press on. This simple act of preparation removes all the friction. It makes your morning ritual effortless. 2. Reflect. Open your logbook again. Spend 5 minutes. What were your wins? Where did you fail? What did you learn? Write it down. This is documentation. 3. Disconnect. This is the most important part. At least 30 minutes before sleep, all screens must be off. Your phone, your television, your computer, they must be off. The blue light from these screens destroys your sleep quality. This is non-negotiable. Read a real book. Talk to your partner. Just be quiet. This is your new architecture. It starts with an evening ritual that prepares you for success. This leads to a night of high-quality sleep. This allows you to wake up for your hour of power. You use that hour to win the morning. And when you win the morning, you win the day. When you do this day after day, you are no longer running on willpower. You are running on a system. Your rituals become automatic. They become a part of your identity. They are the tracks that your train runs on, guiding you straight to your destination. Chapter 9. The Growth Levers. Accountability, focus, and rapid recovery. We have built a powerful system. We have our 180-day golden window. We have our clear, inspiring blueprint. We have our personal philosophy for resetting our sail. We have audited our circle of influence. We have our dual engines of documentation and self-education. And we have our daily architecture of rituals. We have the ship. We have the map. We have the engines. We have the daily operating plan. This system is designed for success. But as we said in Chapter 3, the winds of life are real. Even with the best system, we will face friction. We will face challenges. This chapter is about the tools you will use to handle that friction. These are not principles. These are practical, hands-on levers you can pull to accelerate your growth and to keep you from getting stuck. There are 3 main levers we need to master: accountability, focus, and rapid recovery. Let us start with the first, and perhaps the most uncomfortable, lever: accountability. I will tell you a simple truth. This 180-day journey is too hard to do alone. You can have the best intentions in the world, but there will be a day, around day 45 or day 90, when your motivation is gone. You will be tired. You will be in the plateau of disillusionment. And the little voice in your head will say, "This is not worth it. Just quit. Nobody will even know." Accountability is the firewall you build against that voice. Accountability is not about punishment. It is not about having someone yell at you when you fail. It is about having someone on your team who knows your blueprint. It is about knowing that someone else is watching. It is the positive pressure of knowing that you have to report your progress. You must find an accountability partner. This could be your spouse. It could be your best friend. It could be a coworker who is also on a journey. It could be a stranger in an online community who shares the same goals. Here is what you do. It is very simple. You will schedule a 5-minute accountability check-in once per week. It can be a phone call. It can be a series of text messages. In that check-in, you will answer 2 questions. 1. What were my wins this week? 2. Where did I fail this week? That is it. By sharing your wins, you make them real. You get to celebrate. By sharing your failures, you take away their power. You are not hiding in shame. You are bringing the failure into the light so you can learn from it, just like we discussed in our documentation chapter. The simple act of knowing you have to make that call on Friday will change your behavior all week. When you are tempted to hit the snooze button, you will think of that call. When you are tempted to skip your workout, you will remember that you have to report in. Find your partner this week. Do not try to do this alone. That is a recipe for failure. Now for the second lever. Focus. We live in a world that is designed to steal your attention. Your phone, your email, your social media feeds, the news, they are all in a constant 24-hour-a-day war for your focus. And here is the law. Where attention goes, energy flows. If your attention is constantly being pulled in 1,000 different directions, your energy will be scattered and weak. You will be busy, but you will not be productive. You will end the day exhausted, but you will not be any closer to your blueprint. For the next 180 days, your focus is your most valuable asset. You must protect it like a fortress. This lever is about the ruthless elimination of distractions. This is an action plan. First, your phone. Your phone is the greatest distraction machine ever invented. We are going to fix it. Go into your settings. Turn off every single notification, all of them. The pop-ups, the banners, the little red numbers. Turn them off. You do not need to know, this very second, that someone liked your photo. You do not need to know that a new email just arrived. You will check your messages on your schedule, not on the world's schedule. This simple act alone will give you back hours of your life. Second, you must create focus blocks. Look at your schedule. Find a 60-minute or 90-minute window. This is your time to work on the one most important thing that moves you towards your blueprint. During this block, your phone is in another room. Your email is closed. Your door is closed. It is just you and the work. This is the discipline of saying no. You must say no to the endless stream of requests. You must say no to the trivial many, so you can say yes to the critical few. Focus is not just about what you do, it is about what you choose not to do. Lever 1, accountability, keeps you supported. Lever 2, focus, keeps you directed. Now for the third and final lever. This is the one that will save you. This is the most important one of all. Rapid recovery. I am going to tell you something with 100% certainty. You will fail. You will have a bad day. You will skip the workout. You will eat the junk food. You will break your morning ritual. You will miss a day. This is not a possibility. It is a guarantee. You are human. For most people, this is the end. This is where the entire plan falls apart. They miss one workout. They feel guilty. That guilt turns into frustration. They think, I have ruined my perfect streak. It is all over. I might as well quit. This mindset, the all-or-nothing mindset, is the #1 killer of transformation. We are going to adopt a different mindset. Our 180-day plan is not about perfection. It is about rapid recovery. Success is not measured by whether you fall down. Success is measured by how fast you get back up. To make this simple, we are going to create a new, non-negotiable rule for your life. It is the never miss twice rule. You can miss one day. You are human. Life gets busy. You get sick. An emergency happens. You can miss one day, but you are never allowed to miss 2 days in a row. That is the new rule. You missed your workout on Monday? That is okay. It happens. You are forgiven. But you must go on Tuesday. Tuesday is non-negotiable. You ate terribly on Wednesday? Fine. But you must eat healthy on Thursday. You forgot to read your 10 pages last night? That is okay. But you must read them tonight. 1 missed day is an accident. 2 missed days is the beginning of a new, negative habit. 2 missed days is you telling yourself that this is no longer important. This rule is a lifesaver. It removes all the guilt and shame from failure. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. When you have a bad day, this rule gives you a simple, clear, immediate plan for what to do next. You do not have to think. You do not have to feel guilty. Your only job is to get back on track. Tomorrow. These are your 3 levers. Accountability, so you are not alone. Focus, so your energy is powerful. Rapid recovery, so a single mistake never becomes a total failure. You are now fully equipped. We have our plan. We have our mindset. We have our tools. We are ready to begin the final step: decisive action. Chapter 10: Decisive Action and the Gratitude Engine. We have reached the end of our planning. We have built one of the most powerful systems for personal transformation that exists. Let us review what we have built. We have our when, the 180-day golden window, the perfect time frame for change. We have our what, the crystal clear, measurable blueprint that is our inspiring destination. We have our how, the personal philosophy of resetting our sail to navigate any storm. We have our who, our audited circle of influence, our team of inspirers. We have our engines, the dual disciplines of documentation and self-education. We have our fuel, the 1% miracle of daily incremental progress. We have our identity, our new, higher standards and non-negotiable list. We have our system, the daily architecture of morning and evening rituals. And we have our tools, the 3 growth levers of accountability, focus, and rapid recovery. The ship is built. The map is drawn. The crew is ready. The engines are primed. There is only one thing left to do. We have to set sail. This brings us to the first part of our final chapter: the habit of decisive action. This entire book, all this planning, all these strategies, they are completely worthless without action. You can have the greatest plan in the world, but if it stays in your notebook, nothing will change. This is the final trap. It is the place where so many brilliant people get stuck forever. It is called analysis paralysis. This is the state of constantly planning, researching, and getting ready. You tell yourself, I just need to read one more book on this topic. Or, I will start as soon as I buy the perfect running shoes. Or, I will launch my plan on January 1st when it is a fresh start. Or, I need to learn just a little bit more before I am ready. This is all just a sophisticated form of fear. It is the fear of failure. It is the fear of not being perfect. So to protect ourselves from failing, we never actually start. We hide in the getting ready phase. We must cure this disease right now. The most successful people in the world understand a simple truth. It is almost always better to start imperfectly than to wait for a perfect time that will never come. The world does not reward perfection. It rewards action. It rewards progress. You do not need to know every single step of the 180-day journey. You only need to know the first step. You have already defined that first step. It is your 1% daily action. It is your morning ritual. Your real journey does not begin on some magic day in the future. Your transformation begins with the decision to start. It begins the moment you close this book and take your first, small, imperfect action. Successful people make decisions quickly, and they change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly, and they change them quickly. They spend 6 months thinking about starting a new diet. They finally start, have one bad day, and then immediately quit and change their mind. We are going to do the opposite. We are going to make the decision right now that we are starting. We are committing for 180 days. And when we have a bad day, we will not change our decision. We will remember our never miss twice rule, and we will get right back on track. Your new life does not start tomorrow. It starts today. Now, this journey is going to be hard. We have been honest about that. This relentless action, this focus, this discipline, it requires a huge amount of energy. This brings us to the second part of our chapter. We have built the engine. Now we must talk about the sustainability fuel. We must talk about the one thing that will prevent you from burning out. We must build our gratitude engine. Ambition is a powerful force. It drives you forward. It makes you want to achieve your blueprint. But ambition, by itself, is a dangerous fuel. Ambition alone is always looking at what is next. It is always focused on what you do not have yet. It is always looking at the gap between where you are and where you want to be. If you live only in ambition, you will live in a constant state of not enough. You will never be satisfied. You will achieve one goal, and for a brief moment, you will be happy. But then you will immediately look at the next goal, and the feeling of not enough will return. This is the fast track to burnout. Gratitude is the balance. Gratitude is the force that pulls you into the present moment. Gratitude is what turns what you have into enough. Ambition focuses on the future. Gratitude focuses on the present. You need both. You need ambition to pull you forward, and you need gratitude to ground you where you are. For the next 180 days, you must make the practice of gratitude a non-negotiable part of your life. It is the fuel that will make this journey sustainable and joyful instead of a miserable grind. Gratitude reframes your entire world. It reframes your challenges. A difficult problem is no longer a disaster. It is an opportunity to get stronger. It reframes your effort. A hard workout is no longer a punishment. It is a privilege to be able to move your body. It reframes your failures. A mistake is no longer the end. It is a lesson that you are grateful to have learned. We will build this into our daily ritual. In your evening ritual, in your logbook, you will end every single day by writing down one specific thing you are grateful for. Do not be vague. Do not just write, "my family." Be specific. I am grateful for the 5-minute conversation I had with my son about his day. I am grateful for the healthy meal I was able to eat for lunch. I am grateful that my car started this morning and got me to work safely. This simple daily act will rewire your brain. It will train your mind to scan the world for the positive, not just for the negative. It will fill your tank with the emotional fuel you need to keep going. And so, we are at the end. Or rather, we are at the real beginning. You have the entire system. You have the blueprint, the mindset, the tools, and the fuel. You have everything you need. The next 180 days are going to pass. That is a fact. The clock is ticking. 6 months from now, you will arrive in the future. The only question is, who will you be when you get there? Will you be the same person, in the same place with the same problems and the same regrets? Or will you be a new person? A person who is stronger, healthier, wiser, and wealthier. A person who is proud of the journey they have taken. You do not have to decide your entire future today. You just have to decide what you are going to do now. The transformation begins not with a giant leap, but with one single decisive step. The time for planning is over. The time for action is now. Let us begin. Imagine yourself 6 months from today. 180 days have passed. You are standing in front of that same mirror from the introduction, but the person looking back at you is no longer the same. It is not just about the pounds you may have lost, or the money you may have saved, or the skill you have learned. Those are just the results. The real change is internal. You see a person you are proud of. You see a person you respect. You see a person who keeps the promises they make to themselves. You have proven, through daily, consistent action, that you are the architect of your life. You have learned how to fail and how to get back up immediately, using our never miss twice rule. You have built an entirely new identity, one small 1% decision at a time. This new identity, this new higher standard, that is the true transformation. That is the prize, and it is yours forever. So here we are. You have the complete plan. You have every tool you will ever need. The listening part is over. But as we have said, a plan is worthless without action. This is your moment. This is your day one. This is day one. Your 180-day journey does not start tomorrow. It does not start next week. It starts now, in this very moment, with a single, decisive choice. Your call to action is simple. Do not just turn this audio off. Look at your blueprint. Identify your very first 1% action. Is it drinking one glass of water? Is it writing down your goals for the first time? Is it taking a 10-minute walk? Is it laying out your clothes for your morning ritual? Whatever it is, do it. Do it right now. The time for waiting is over. The time for getting ready is finished. Your new life is waiting. Go take your first step. Start now.